Well, the Development, Relief, and Education of Alien Minors Act, dubbed the DREAM Act, proposes that young illegals here in the U.S. could earn citizenship by going to college or joining the military. President Obama is a big supporter of the act, which is attached now to a defense spending bill up for consideration next week here in Washington. But a number of Republican senators say Democrats are just playing politics ahead of the midterm elections. To talk about it with us now, Sharry joins us. He's the executive director of America's Voice. Frank, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so the DREAM Act, some folks say, even if you're not going to debate the merits of the act, the fact that it has now been attached to the defense spending bill, which funds our men and women in uniform, is a political ploy. What do you make of that?
Well, look, a key part of the DREAM Act is to allow these young people, these are kids who grew up in America, they're here illegally through no fault of their own, and many of them want to join the military. In fact, if you look at the strategic plan that the Department of Defense has through 2010, it calls for the DREAM Act because it's part of making our all-volunteer force really battle ready. And the fact is that a lot of these kids are in high school ROTC. This is the only country they've known. They're prepared to defend and die for America. Seems to me it's not only germane to the DREAM Act, but it's appropriate for us to make sure these kids can join our armed forces and defend the country they love.
Okay, it sparked a lot of infighting on Capitol Hill.
Sure.
I mean, Senator Harry Reid, leader of the majority and leader of the Senate, is in a tough race for his reelection bid out in Nevada. He's pushing for this, and then you've got Senator McCain on the other side saying, hey, this is a blatant ploy to grab Hispanic votes. You're in a tough reelection fight. Who are we to believe? I mean, is it germane to the topic, or is it something aimed at the midterm elections?
Both. The fact is, well, look, I mean, we can't divorce politics from policy. I think the reason Harry Reid's bringing it up is not just his own reelection. It's a chance to put Republicans in the crosshairs on this issue. I mean, look, George W. Bush did a fabulous job of attracting Hispanic votes, and he and Karl Rove were masters at it. Since then, the Republican Party has lost a lot of ground with its socially conservative Hispanic voters. And quite frankly, I think if the best and the brightest from this community, who are here illegally through no fault of their own and want to go to college, join the military, and the Republican Party stands together and says no, I don't think that's a good political move.
All right, so how do you respond to those who say this is a form of amnesty?
Look, it's a form of accountability is what we say. You're going to have to meet age requirements, military requirements, educational requirements, good moral character requirements. Not everybody who might be eligible is going to get through. Really, it's the kids who are valedictorians, ROTC members, who have done what we've asked of them to do, learn English, aspire to great things. Those are the people who are going to get through. To me, this is mom and apple pie. I'm amazed that a bill that has traditionally been bipartisan has become so controversial. I'm hoping that next week we see a breakthrough and that these kids get a chance to become Americans.
Yeah, and there are 7 GOP folks, or there were at least 7 GOP votes for this, a similar measure back in 2007.
Yeah.
So we watch and wait to see if they vote for it this time.
There were 13 members, current Republicans, have voted for DREAM Act in one form or another in the past. We'll see if any do this time.
All right, Sharry, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Good to see you.